Hello and welcome to the Valley. Today I am your host, Janet Michael. It is Tourism Tuesday, Luray Page edition. We are back on the Zooms to talk a little tourism-related stuffs with Gina Hilliard. She is president of the Luray Page Chamber of Commerce. Her guests today are Jen Jenkins. You may remember Jen. She is the Parks Superintendent for Luray Parks and Rec. She's brought with her Sherri Glenn. Sherri is the Events and Marketing Coordinator. And Jen, you really do need an events and marketing coordinator because you got a lot of stuff that happens over the whole year, but spring, summer, and fall, you cram a lot in to those couple of months.
We do. We have a full schedule. I don't know what I would do without Sherri, and I try to express my gratitude, but I know that it's not enough. She just shows up and she knows what to do and she gets the job done. But if I had to take Sherri's job in addition to everything else, I don't really know. I would go crazy. We keep her hopping and she works year round on this. As you all know, as Gina knows, event planning takes a year at best. It's not something you pull together last minute. So yeah, Sherri is a huge asset to our team. We're really fortunate to have her.
So let's start with just a general overview because you have a lot of things that you do year after year after year that the public has come to expect you to do year after year after year.
Right. We have our heavy hitter events. Obviously, in the spring, we're looking at our youth trout derby that rolls into our spring and summer evenings on Main concert series, July 4th, Sunflower Festival. And in between, we have smaller but also great events to attend. And we'll talk about Arbor Days is one of them, and that's coming up here in April. We have a summer movie night that we host at Ralph Dean Park. We are the host for a couple sporting events, the Swim Fest and Triathlon. While we don't coordinate those events, those are hosted up at Lake Arrowhead. So that's also something to come out and either participate in or just view. Luray Police Department does their National Night Out in August. This year, obviously, we're celebrating the nation's 250th, so we're really excited about that and working with the local committee that's working on some special presentations and commemorative things here in town that we'll push out those dates as we get a little bit closer to July 4th. Luray Fire Department is celebrating its 125th anniversary this year as well. It gets into fall and winter with the Trick or Treat Main Street, sponsored by LDI, and then the Christmas Parade and Light Up Luray Holiday Tour. Obviously, partnering with the Chamber, Gina, and their fantastic work that they do with their holiday festival. And LDI has lots of things going on to promote our downtown businesses. So Sherri's worked really hard to update this year's rack card and to get that pushed out early. And those are available online at the town's website, Facebook page. There's large printouts in our kiosks on the Greenway. And of course, you can pick up a rack card here at the Visitor Center or at Town Hall. So if you live here or you're visiting, there's something to do just about every week of the year.
And it's sort of a double-edged sword because I don't think a lot of people realize that not every event that happens is put on by the Parks and Rec Department. When you're talking about partnering with a lot of these other organizations, it may be their event that they're using your space for, but that doesn't mean that you don't have to do anything for it. Sunflower Festival in particular, you guys put a lot of work into Sunflower Festival, even though it's a fundraiser for PACA.
Yeah, we're so fortunate to have great partners. And like you said, if we were to do all the events in town, there's just we don't have the staff for that. So thank goodness that PAL and the Chamber and LDI and the Arts Council, PACA, those folks are also helping us put together a really great event schedule for the year.
And Sherri, that makes your job so much easier because you'd have to clone yourself in order to do all of
Yeah,
those
I
events.
mean, even at that, PAL has events going on like almost every weekend. They'll have a comedian or a singer or something at their establishments. Yeah, it's a lot. There's something to do almost every weekend. It's good.
So give me the details for the Youth Trout Derby. When is it happening? What do people need to know?
This is our 22nd year
Mhm.
for the Youth Trout Derby. This is my staff's favorite event. They just love this event. It keeps growing. This year's event is scheduled for Saturday, April 11th from 7 a.m. The event will last until about 2 p.m., but our fishing corridor north of Mechanic Street Bridge is youth only fishing all day. So that gives the young anglers a chance to take their time and spend time with their parents and enjoy some outdoor recreational activities and environmental conservation efforts. So again, that is Saturday, April 11th. Check-in is at 7. So we have the flyers and the information and the pre-registration already up. If you go to the town's Facebook page, you will see where Sherri has put some great marketing things out, and you can click on the link and register. You can go to the town's website and register. We have flyers up in the kiosks. Last year we had 380 participants, which is a banner record year. So we're anticipating just as many this year.
Yeah, we already have 80 registered.
A lot of people get really excited about this event. It's something that they do as a family every year until their kids are too old to fish. So it's open for ages 2 to 15. Free lunch provided by the participants, free goodie bags packed full of lots of good things and snacks, and the prizes. You stand a great chance of winning a prize, competition prizes, plus door prizes. So it's a pretty exciting time. We're looking
It's
forward to it this year.
one of the things that I appreciate that you do with this event is it's not just about the fishing, because you have other people that set up tables. When you talked a second ago about conservation, the kids that come get to fish, obviously, but they also get to learn a little bit about how important it is to keep the river clean and why it's important to put out your campfires. You have a lot of other outdoor conservation type education opportunities for people who attend that day as well.
We do. We partner with the Department of Wildlife and Resources, the Virginia Department of Forestry. Other years, we've been fortunate enough to have the interpretive team from the Shenandoah National Park be there. Obviously, PACA is there to provide other information on healthy lifestyle choices, and Luray Police Department. They usually set up a tent. We've got some vendors that will also be there just to help provide information on, like you said, fishing, but also other outdoor recreational activities and opportunities, and how to be really good stewards of our environment. So it is wrapped up in a nice package there, because you do more than fish when you fish. So you're interacting with the environment. And it's important that they know about conservation efforts and how to be good sportsmen and women.
You mentioned that lunch is provided to the participants. Do you have other food vendors there that people can buy lunch from if they want?
Yeah, we have Willie's Waffles coming. Last year they were here under a different name for 4th of July. It was the big bus serving waffles, and so they're going to be here for breakfast and lunch, and you can purchase something from them. Of course, you can bring your own snack, and kids get free pizza that are participating, so that's really good. But we also have snacks and things like that are provided by some of our partners and sponsors. So like Little Debbie will put snack cakes in there for us, and it's really good. And we have a lot of sponsors that help put this on, so that's really great, like Skyline, Downriver Canoe Company. Some of them donate gifts, some of them donate monetarily, but it really helps us put on a good show.
Is the event free for kids to participate in, or is there a fee?
Nope, it's 100% free. We recommend that you pre-register. It helps the check-in process go really quickly, and then kids can check in and head to the stream to fish. But we also will register you the day of, but it's all free. Everything is free.
For the
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah, for the kids. So as a parent, we'll provide a food truck, and hopefully they can grab something to eat if they get hungry there. But we want to keep this free. We want to keep it an event that everyone could participate in if they're interested in. We have a trout pole and gear loaner program. So if you want to participate but you don't have a fishing pole or gear, that doesn't matter. You show up, we'll provide you one for free. And like I said, my staff love this event. So if there was someone that needed a little bit of coaching or assistance with that, they would more than be happy to head out there and help with anyone who might be a little intimidated by trout fishing.
Yeah. And something we added last year, which is really great, we added a little section for the smaller kids. So we taped it off. And so you don't have a bigger kid on top of the smaller kid competing for the fish. And there's a lot of fish in there, so you're going to catch something.
You stock that, right?
Yeah, so we partner with the Department of Wildlife Resources, and their funding and their program does support this youth event. But we use other sources of funding and donations to do additional supplemental stocking. So, yeah, we put a lot of fish in the stream.
And it is a youth trout derby, but it doesn't necessarily have to be your child. Like grandparents can bring their grandkids to this event. Aunts and uncles can bring nieces and nephews to this event. It's not just a parent child type event. It's anybody who has a kid or is related to a kid or knows a kid that would love to participate in this. An adult can bring them.
Absolutely. Neighbors, school groups, youth groups. We'll see them come in sometimes by the van or the busload. So there's some other organizations that are really working to provide opportunities for kids to get out.
And where do they go to register? Tell me one more time before we go to break.
You can go to the townofluray.com and you can find it under events and register that way, or you can go to the Facebook page. It's also on flyers and the kiosks and things like that. So you can scan the QR code too.
Let's take a break. When we come back, can you give me some details about the Arbor Day event that you mentioned earlier? Can we talk a little bit about that in the next segment?
Yep, that sounds great.
We are on the Zooms today for Tourism Tuesday, Luray Page County edition. Gina has connected me with Jen Jenkins, Park Superintendent, and Sherri Glenn. She is Events and Marketing Coordinator for Parks and Rec. We're going to come back and learn a little bit more about some events in just a couple of minutes.
This Saturday, Henry Mueller will change the world. He has no idea that's what he's going to do. He only knows that he went to justserve.org and signed up to spend time at a senior center Saturday morning. As he browsed through service opportunities in his own community, he remembered the words of Paul to the Galatians, "By love, serve one another." Little does Henry know that Saturday morning he'll end up speaking to one senior in particular who hasn't seen his family in several weeks and is feeling especially lonely. Henry doesn't know the short time he'll spend with this man will lift his spirits, cheer his heart, and make his life just a little better. Through love and service this Saturday, Henry Mueller will change the world. See the difference you can make. Sign up for service opportunities in your community. Visit justserve.org.
Welcome back to the Valley today. I am your host, Janet Michael. It is Tourism Tuesday, Luray Page County edition. I am on the Zooms with Gina Hilliard. She is president at the Luray Page Chamber of Commerce. Joining her today is Jen Jenkins. Jen is the park superintendent for Luray Parks and Rec. She's brought with her Sherri Glenn. She is their events and marketing coordinator. We've been talking about all of the events that happen in and around with the parks. We talked in the first segment about the Youth Trout Derby. And then, Jen, you mentioned an Arbor Day celebration that's kind of a big deal this year.
It is. As you know, every year we do celebrate Arbor Day. That's part of the requirements for the town being a Tree City USA, which we have been for this will be our 26th year. So that's good. And what's really cool about this year's celebration is that it is also an anniversary for our beloved Hawksbill Greenway Trail. Believe it or not, they're celebrating their 25th anniversary this year. So we're partnering together to have a great celebration event on Saturday, April 18th at 11 a.m. on the Hawksbill Greenway at the North Loop. So we put some flyers out with some information on that, but if you're familiar with that, it's going to be the area around the cow field that's across from Bulldog Field. Most people, hopefully most people, are aware that the Greenway Foundation and the town are looking towards plans for expansion of the Greenway Trail to Jaeger Springs. And so this year, during this event, we're going to obviously celebrate Arbor Day and plant some trees and talk about environmental benefits of trees, probably specifically as it relates to riparian areas. But the Greenway Foundation will be there as well to do a presentation on their past, present, and exciting future as they look to expand to Redwell and Isabella Furnace. So I'm really excited about that this year. Should be a great time. We've got two great groups, the Luray Tree and Beautification Committee and the Hawksbill Greenway Foundation. They'll all have some tables set up where you can get some information on the trail expansion, and then also what the TNBC, what they do and how they can be a resource to the community. We're partnering with the Virginia Department of Forestry, Green Mountain Landscaping and Trail Construction, Shenandoah Valley Electric Cooperative for this fantastic event this year.
That's always a fun event because anybody can come. If you don't understand why trees are important, you can come and learn about that. If you're excited about the trail expansion or you just want to know more about the trail expansion, you can come, or you can just come and enjoy all of the things that you have to offer. So it also checks a lot of boxes.
Yeah, and this year they're going to have door prizes again, the tree planting demo. But I'm excited for the nature walk that's going to be at the end. So they're going to show us that. And I always like to get free trees. So that's a good reason to come.
And they're good trees. They tell
They
you where
are.
you should plant them. They're not something where they just hand them to you and then you take them home and think, okay, where should I put this or how to? They give you all of the information you need to plant them in the best spot when you get them home.
Yeah, it's really great. They're very informative. So it's a good event to go to. It's pretty short and informative. So spend your Saturday on the 18th with us, 11 a.m.
PACA's Earth Day 5K is that morning prior to this event. So that also takes place on the Greenway. Their race starts at 9:30. So you can come get some exercise and then get some more exercise at a slower pace. So it's perfect.
Or you can come and watch the runners and cheer them on
Yes.
without having to
Yes.
actually do it yourself.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah, that's a good option too.
Starting in June, we're going to start the Evening on Main series. We have some really great lineup this summer. I always like to bring back some fan favorites, but also introduce some new bands that are in the area. You can find the information also on our website. It's on the rack cards, but the flyers and stuff aren't up yet, just because it's not until June. But we have South River Band, Ryan Jewell again, Cake Fight, Punky Brewsters, Chad Laughlin Band, Trainwreck, which was a fan favorite I introduced last year, Road Ducks, and John Paul Douglas and the Bitter Trades. So it's going to be a really fun summer lineup this year. I'm very excited about it. So hopefully everybody comes out and dances outside and we don't have to move inside. So hopefully that'll work out with the weather.
And those are free concerts too. And we hold those at Ruffner Plaza.
Yeah, we have food truck that comes and changed up every night, so it'll be good. After Evenings on Main, like Jen said earlier, we have the big 250th celebration for 4th of July. It's going to run similar to last year. The bands start at 6 p.m., which is my favorite. We have Everyday People and Raised on Analog this year. So it's going to be very fun for both stages again, one at Mechanic Street, the other at Ruffner Plaza. Tons of food trucks and games, and this year I got 3 different slides for kids to go on, so that'll be good. But it'll be fun, and fireworks at the end, of course. But that event starts at 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock, and then bands start at 6. So come hungry, watch some duck races, and listen to some good music.
That's always a fun event. I remember a couple of years ago, Ryan was talking about how when he would have those big slides and all of the other, he had to personally test them to make sure that they were going
Right?
to be fun for everybody.
That sounds good. Yeah, coming up is the 7th annual Page Valley Sunflower Festival, which is our big event of the year. We partner with PACA. It's fundraising for them, like we said earlier. And right now we are open for registration for the craft vendors. So I wanted to mention that. So we have a lot returning already that have signed up. So if you're interested in coming and being a craft vendor, we have very low fees for craft vendor fees. It's already online on the website. So we're excited to have everybody. It grew last year, excited to grow it again.
And that event is always Labor Day weekend, right?
Yes, it's Labor Day weekend, 10 to 4 that Saturday. We'll have sunflower field picking, games, all the good stuff.
Thank you guys for giving me all the details for all of this stuff. It's a lot. It's a wonder you don't have a whole lot more gray hair, Jen.
You don't see this? Look at this. I had someone compliment me on my gray hair the other day. That's how bad it is. But at least it was a compliment.
So, Gina, I understand that you are planning a trip to Ireland. Are you going to give me the details about that? Because Ireland is kind of on my bucket list.
Well, then you need to come join us. But yes, we are headed to Ireland, departing on October the 14th. The trip is pretty much kind of all inclusive. The cost is $3,999 if you pay by March the 31st. And it includes your round trip airfare, your 7 nights in a first class hotel, 10 meals, which is 7 breakfasts and 3 dinners, your sightseeing everywhere, your admission tickets to all your places you'll get to go visit, and I'll go through the list of those, your professional tour manager, your bus, your baggage handling from hotel to hotel, your transfers, your airline taxes, fees, all of that, your transportation from here, from Luray to the airport. You will see several highlights from Trinity College to the Book of Kells, Old James Whiskey Distillery, cathedrals, the cliffs. There'll be national parks you'll visit. So there's several things that you'll get to do in Ireland over this 9-day stay that you get to enjoy. I have been on it. It is amazing. It is definitely a bucket list. If it is on your list, it is worth it. I know group tours are not for everyone, but if it is a must do and a bucket list for you, I would highly encourage it. It is a great price. Everything is included, so everything's provided for you. The hotels and the places that you get to eat and stay and visit, and the tour guides are wonderful. And so I highly, highly recommend.
What is the cost after March 31st?
It only goes up by $100. So yep, so it's not much more. So only goes up by $100 after April the 1st.
That's a really good deal. Like you said, it's practically all inclusive,
Yes.
and Ireland is beautiful. I've seen it so many times on House Hunters International. I really want to go there.
It is, yep. And your flight is a straight flight. There is no layover. When I went, there was a layover. This is a straight flight there and a straight flight back. He's already confirmed that, and that is a upgrade on this trip.
Where can people go get more details?
The website has all the details about the trip, so go to visitluraypage.com, and then on the right-hand side underneath Chamber of Commerce, you click on the Chamber Trip section, and that'll share all the information more in detail about each day of what you'll be doing, a list of places you'll get to go visit, and then you can reach out to us, email info@luraypage.com. You can give us a call at 540-743-3915.
Well, thank you for putting all this together for me today. I'm going to have to go have a conversation with my husband about a birthday gift in October for me.
Perfect. Both of you come, or just you come and join me, and we'll have a great time.
I will be back tomorrow with a brand new episode of The Valley Today, a few minutes after noon, so meet me here then.